Storage house. Here you go. There's 3 ICOM radios that have the home and the last site set to Mariposa. It'll do a search reg, and it seems to reg real fast. Now, Bob had showed me the one in the middle, which is a pretty fancy radio actually, but it's a radio nevertheless, and every generation has things. A proud owner of several phones. That's why I buy the higher end phones, so I actually can get at least 5 years out of them before I replace them. Now they just make it so the batteries go bad and you just replace it there. But oh well, whatever the case is. So anyhow, they register real fast now, and I've been able to change it to 4. If I go back and reprogram these later tonight, I'd have it inhibit multi-trunk 5 because you don't have access to that. I'll explain later from what I have learned about how fast this goes, and talking to Jim and getting some words. I know this equipment does require training, and reading the manual does help, but training might actually have some pointers. Jeff had some footnotes on his configuration on his guide he wrote, and I'd like to compile it all together and maybe start making pictures and screenshots, because everything can be screenshot, video, recorded, archived, and this way you can, I mean, YouTube is your friend, but at the same time, YouTube doesn't hold the answer, but AI can actually watch those videos at 4x when I could do it at, used to be able to do it at 2x because of the amount of information. So this registers fine. This one had a problem registering on 6. The reason why this is a little glitchy, it's not that it's glitchy, it's because Jeff has it set up by fleets. So multi-trunk 1, 2, 3, and 4 has to have an ID valid on fleet 1, and 6 is, I believe, 210. Well, 210 was actually shared by another device, so I actually marked it off. So I'll probably have to do that. But it actually works fairly well. I'm actually surprised. The only time it glitches out on me, it'll say out of range, and that might be an RSSI setting. And I may have to start talking that over. What does that do? Is it important? And if it's important, should it be tuned correctly or adjusted correctly to our setup? See, it does searching, and then when you trick it into searching, it'll try to do register. I think it does the priority of the home and or last site. It will go into full search, but in order to trick it to do that, I probably have to deafen our 2 sites and see if it searches, but I don't recall, and this is another Jim question, is how much signal you need, because our other tower sites will probably connect fine if you're there but not here, because the signal's too weak here. So, but it does change fairly fast, so it's doing the re-register. It just, when I jump between the 2, I think that's a fleet, so it's going to do a really quick site search, and then it found the one on the home. This is where the questionable part of roaming and aligned sites that I don't understand, so unless someone tells me what's the optimal setting, we'll need to do some more testing on those.